What workout should you do? All right, look. You might have just started a gym. You might have paid the full gym membership for 3 months so that you can commit yourself to going to the gym for a full summer. And I know you're all gun ho about it. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym every single day. I'm gonna walk to the gym, no matter the weather, no matter where I am, no matter what I do. I would go to the gym and work out. Yeah, great job. That's a good job on you. It's probably one of the best decisions that you ever did in your life. And I want to be here to kind of speed up that process a little. Because you definitely don't want to miss that newbie game. I'm sure that a lot of you, when you started, have already gone through the newbie game. You have tried to lose weight while gain muscle, or you have tried to increase your bench as much as possible while not eating enough. But either way, you gain your newbie. You gain a decent amount of muscle for your body, and you have gained a decent amount of strength in the first month or so. And I'm sure you feel great about it. You feel like, oh, you're over the sky. It's the first time you ever really committed yourself to something that is that meaningful. And you start to feel like that you're no longer that chubby guy who doesn't work out really and spend his whole day eating chocolate with popcorn, eating chip. Yeah. So you did a great job, sorry. That's all. I'm gonna give you a prop for it. And I know a lot and right now you probably are digging yourself through every single fitness video there is and finding one that would work for you. So, just to help you with that process a little bit longer, I want I will give you the specific tip and even the specific workout that you would want to do to start getting muscle and things that you would want to skip to really avoid to make the most of your progress, okay? So right now, I'm not gonna say to you what type of physique you want, but just for the sake of this video, I will be specific on what I want when I started. Okay? Back when I started, there's only one realistic physique that I want. It's the somewhat jacked but athletic body. That's the only type of physique that I am striving for. So all my life I've been kind of big. I've been a bigger guy. So I never really wanted a bigger physique. I never really wanted something that's buff and muscular. That's not the type of physique that I'm going for. So what I've strived for has always been um something more skinny, something more small. I wouldn't say skinny, something more lean, something more small. Just so I can do more stuff with sport um while having like a decent looking physique. Because I've never really been particularly good at sport. I've always been the big, slow guy that kind of stay behind. And it really sucks. It really does sucks. Because I really do want to try on sport out. I really do want to see the potential of my athletic capabilities. It looked fun to run, looked fun to play soccer, play baseball, play volleyball, swim, all of that without much of a burden on your body. So that's the goal that I strived when I do this. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what are the steps to attaining a decent physique on the gym while um, putting as much efficient efforts as you can so you don't spend a lot of time in the gym like I did when I started. So I know when you start, you spend 2 to 3 hours in the gym trying every single workout that you can find on YouTube. That's the and that's the process of it. You spend 2 to 3 hours looking at form, how to correct that form and stuff like that. And that's something that everyone has to go through to essentially find the type of workout that you're trying to go for. And for me, right now, the most important part of it, it's whether I enjoy the workout or not and whether it's effective or not. Because in the long run, working out is something you should start to enjoy. So pick a workout that you like to do that's decently hard and that's decently effective. And also, it bring your physique up. So I've tried multiple workout before. I've tried push-pull legs. I've tried full body. I've tried athletic workout. I've tried um like isometric workout. All of that I've tried before. I've tried for movement workout. I've tried all of that before. And each of those kind of um serve each goal differently. For example, like if I was in a sports season, I would go for the more athletic workout. If I was just trying to put on muscle, I would go for more of a bodybuilder workout. So everything has its own purpose, and I've went through a lot to dig through what exactly the type of workout that I want. So here's exactly my conclusion to it. It is completely dependent on your goal. You might think, oh, I'm gonna give you one workout that will work for you, but it's completely dependent on your goal. What type of physique that you want to attain is the most important part of all. So for me, right now, the physique what I want, I've already stated, and the workout that I would want to do would be something that is a little mix of a bodybuilding workout, mainly decently bodybuilding workout, but also a decent amount would be like joint movement, joint flexure, um, like back extension, those things. I would sprinkle in like um shoulder shoulder workout, like the mobility joint shoulder workout maybe sometime, back extension, sissy squat, those things that would help the knee, the back, uh, the essentially the posterior chain. So like anything that would relate to your shoulder, so you can stretch out a little bit more. Anything that could help your body move a little bit better. Um, that would be the important one. But mainly what I'm doing right now would be doing a mainly full bodybuilding workout. So it would be push, pull, and then legs, and chest, and arms. I only do a workout for 5 days. So some of you might do 5 or 6 days to take 1 day rest, but personally, I enjoy the two day rest, and that have worked for me because that's why I enjoy, and that's what probably will work for me in the long run. I've done where workout with like, oh, you work out for 3 days and take a rest. You work out for 3 days and take a rest. That has worked for a while, but personally, I don't enjoy the fluctuation of the workout. Like some day you would rest on Saturday, Sunday you rest on Wednesday, Sunday you work on Thursday, you rest on Thursday. So it is such a weird combination of things where it doesn't work for you. And I've done the 1 day rest before. That's actually what I've done for essentially most of my um workout was the 1 day rest. Like I did workout from Monday through Saturday and just rest on Sunday. Personally, I feel like that wasn't enough for me to rest, especially when I'm doing a sport or when I'm like learning boxing classes or anything. That wasn't enough rest for me. So I had the second day, and I do leg 1 time a day, and most of my leg can be kind of do when I do walking, running, boxing, all that can also build my legs. So I don't really need to do legs. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for what I'm doing right now. And the reason really behind this is one, I enjoy it, and two, it gives me enough diversity so that I don't get bored. I get bored really, really often with workout. And just sticking to like a same push pull legs every single day fucking sucks. It sucks. Yeah, I'm be honest with you. If you don't have any variation, that sucks. Especially if you're spending 1 hour and 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours at the gym, just doing the same thing over and over again every single day. Sucks. So that's why I just have to include a little bit more diversity in my workout. I'm doing push pull and then chest back and then legs. So those are a little bit more enjoyable to do. And yeah, that's what I like to do. So here's the thing that you would avoid. You should avoid. First thing is don't get stuck with the rep side of things. A lot of beginner kind of see the workout and people give them a rep range of like 8 to 12 rep. The reason why they give you that rep range is so you can appropriate the weight amount and your strength. You should always be aiming to go to failure, and the rep range would essentially give you an idea of how much weight you would do. So, for example, if the rep range was 1 to 3, then you would assume you would want to go to as close as maximum effort in terms of strength as you can to failure. If the rep range was like from 6 to 8, you put that down to like 75%, 80% ish, and you work around that type of weight. And you might ask, so how exactly do I figure out my number? The easiest way would be doing the 1 rep max on everything. That's what I did when I started, and that's what I did essentially quite frequently back when I started, was to find the maximum rep range I'm currently at and do 80% of it depend on my rep range. So if your rep range was 8 to 12, then you would move it down a little bit more, maybe 56% effort. If it's more rep, then you would reduce the weight. Stick to the 8 to 12 rep range or 7 to 5 to 8. Those will give you the most result in terms of failure because you can hit failure a lot more consistent if you're at a lower rep range. Okay. For me, the sweet spot is anywhere from 5 to 8 rep in terms of maximum exertion to failure. That's my sweet spot. It used 8 to 12 workouts well, but sometimes I feel like on some workout, like the bench press and stuff, doing 10 to 12 rep on a really heavy load just really um isn't really productive. And I spent a lot more time in the gym doing a sub rep range as well. So yeah, try to aim for failure, and the rep range is only determinant of how much strength, how much, what type of weight you should use based on your 1 rep max. And from there, you would want to progressive overload. So say your rep range was 5 to 8. This is what I'm doing. So yeah, I would be using 70 to 80% of my effort um, to the maximum weight. So say if my maximum weight was 100 kilograms, then uh, my maximum effort of 80% using that rep range would be 80 kilograms or 70 kilograms. Okay, I would keep benching that, and eventually that 70% would be getting easy because that's how gaining muscle work. You gain more muscle, and by gaining those muscle, you would have made those things get easier. That 70% that used to be 70% would now turn into your 50%. Now you want to go back up to 70% to gain more muscle. Okay? So that is what I call progressive overload. That's the most important thing ever. If the only thing you take out of this video, anything, would be progressive overload. Don't even think about what workout you should do. Think about progressive overload. And you can only progressively overload when you consistently hit failure and getting stronger every set, every rep, every workout. So that's the only thing I would keep in mind because I was stuck in the same weight range for a really long time, and I was only increasing the rep. I wasn't tracking what weight I'm doing, what weight I should be doing, and that have messed with my gains. I have messed with how I work. So my personal recommendation is to do that. Progressive overload. Try to get as much weight as you can, as much as possible. Okay? So that's essentially pretty much it for this video. I hope it helps. This is essentially all of the beginner knowledge that you would need to have to get started with the gym. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, later.